Welcome to English with Friends with Mark and Sarah. So if you're used to hearing slow, perfectly enunciated English introductions, just like that, but you're working tirelessly to actually improve your natural spoken English, well, this explainer is exactly what you need today. We're diving into a really fantastic breakdown from a video called Stop Doing Shadowing Like This by Mark and Sarah. You know, if you've been using the shadowing technique for a while, but you're just feeling incredibly frustrated, like you're putting in all this effort and just hitting a massive brick wall, honestly, take a deep breath. Today, we're dissecting their insights on exactly why your shadowing routine isn't working and how to completely overhaul it.
It's a bit of a harsh question, I know, but ask yourself honestly, are you wasting your time shadowing? You've probably seen a quick tip online, tried it for a few days, felt like absolutely nothing was happening, and thought, well, maybe I should just give up. But the reality is, doing shadowing incorrectly isn't just a harmless waste of your time. No way. If you do it wrong, you're actually slowing yourself down. You're literally cementing bad habits and totally draining your motivation.
So, the crucial point is, it is not your ability, it's the method. I really need you to hear that loud and clear. Shadowing is genuinely one of the most effective techniques in the world for improving your spoken English. It absolutely works, it's a total game changer. But the structural bugs in your daily routine, that's what's holding you back. Once we isolate those mistakes and fix the method, your progress is going to absolutely skyrocket.
Okay, let's dive into this 5-part troubleshooting masterclass. We're going to cover 1, the difficulty trap, 2, training your ear, 3, quality over quantity, 4, the uncomfortable truth, and 5, real conversations. Let's get right into it.
Number 1, the difficulty trap.
This is, without a doubt, the single biggest, most common mistake learners make when they sit down to practice. Ambition totally gets in the way of technique. You find a clip of a fast-talking native speaker, you press play, and you try to repeat everything they're saying in real time. And when you inevitably can't keep up, you feel frustrated and just assume shadowing doesn't work for you. But think about it. When you shadow material that is way too fast or advanced, your brain spends all of its energy just trying to catch the words. You literally have zero mental space left for pronunciation, rhythm, or intonation. The fix here? Choose language that feels comfortable. The challenge should actually come from matching the delivery, not from figuring out the vocabulary.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we mean by comfortable language. When you choose your content, you must already understand at least 90% of the words. That massive 90% represents ease and comprehension, leaving just a tiny 10% for a new challenge. Because honestly, if you're struggling to decode what is being said, you absolutely cannot focus on how it's being said.
Moving on to number 2, training your ear.
This one is a classic error. The mistake is just copying sounds without meaning. So many people press play and instantly start moving their mouths. But shadowing is not just a speaking exercise, you guys. It is deep ear training. If you don't grasp the underlying emotion, you're just blindly parroting sounds. And unless you're an actual parrot, that really won't help you much. The fix here is incredibly simple. Always, always listen to the full clip completely through once before you even attempt to speak. During that first, highly focused listen, your ears need to be hunting for specific clues. It's like a giant puzzle. You want to listen for exactly where the speaker speeds up their pacing, notice where they take a natural pause for a breath, or maybe for dramatic effect. Pay close attention to where their voice naturally goes up or down in pitch. Pinpointing these musical elements of the language before you even open your mouth, that's what will make your shadowing sound dramatically more natural.
All right, number 3, quality over quantity.
There's this pervasive myth in language learning that you have to grind for hours to see any real improvement. So the mistake is forcing yourself through 30 or 40-minute mentally exhausting sessions. Pushing through those long sessions usually results in you just completely checking out, paying zero attention to the nuances. That kind of tired robotic practice does absolutely nothing for your progress. The fix is to shift immediately to short, high-quality, and fully attentive bursts of practice. 10 to 15. That is your magic window. Seriously, just 10 to 15 minutes of highly focused, deeply engaged shadowing is worth infinitely more than an hour of just going through the motions. Quality beats quantity every single time. Give it your absolute full attention for a short burst, and then just step away.
Section 4, the uncomfortable truth.
Now, what's really interesting about this quote is how bluntly it exposes our blind spots. You will never fix what you cannot hear. I know, it's deeply uncomfortable. Nobody likes listening to their own voice played back to them. We all sound a bit weird to ourselves. But if you aren't recording yourself, you are throwing away the single most important feedback tool you have. A recording simply doesn't lie.
But listen, you don't need to torture yourself by doing this every single day. The fix is simply to record a short shadowing clip just 1 or 2 times a week. And here's the absolute best part. You don't even have to listen to the whole thing. Just listen enough to catch 2 or 3 specific things you want to improve. Maybe your rhythm was a bit off, or you put the stress on the wrong syllable. Catching and correcting those tiny errors will accelerate your progress faster than almost anything else.
Finally, number 5, real conversations.
The big mistake here is relying on shadowing alone as a total replacement for actually speaking to people. There are learners who shadow diligently every single day for months, yet they completely freeze up the very second they have to have a real conversation. Why does that happen? Because shadowing builds your delivery, but it does not train your brain to think in English, to respond in real time, or to handle unexpected questions. The fix is combining your shadowing practice with real, unscripted output.
We need to move the language out of your practice sessions and into your actual daily life. And here are some highly actionable ways to do exactly that. Talk to yourself while you're walking or doing chores. Record quick voice memos in English on your phone to capture your thoughts. Find a language partner to chat with live. Or, simply start leaving voice comments online. The entire goal is to force your brain to generate its own English using that smooth delivery you've been practicing so hard.
Let's move on and see how this builds into one powerful system, the master routine.
This is your master routine, step by step. Step 1, pick content where you already understand 90% of the words. Step 2, listen to the audio fully once without repeating anything. Step 3, shadow in short, manageable 2 to 3 sentence sections, matching the speed and emotion. And Step 4, record yourself occasionally and compare. That's it. That is the whole method, the whole shebang. It's wonderfully uncomplicated, but it only works if you respect these exact steps.
So, if you've been doing shadowing the wrong way, please do not feel bad. Now you know, and now you can fix it. So ask yourself, which of these mistakes will you fix today? You don't have to overhaul your entire life right now. Just make one small change in your next session. Pick easier content, or just record yourself for the very first time. Literally one change is enough to start seeing a difference. I would absolutely love to know what you're choosing to tackle first, so drop your answer in the comments below. I promise you, you are not alone, and your honesty might just help someone else. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, keep up the fantastic work, and I'll see you in the next one.